Hi, this is Ani, and welcome to the Tuesday's edition of the playlist, week number 5. And it should not be a surprise, really, as about the earnings of Apple. I think I've written about this a number of years ago after the outlook after Steve Jobs. So this is just the ongoing result of that happening, and the readjusting really of Apple, of what they need to do, or what they need to find a new place other than the adoration of Steve Jobs and what he has accomplished. Of course, without him, the firm needs to find a new footing, and therefore there's a lot of questions, of course, out there asking that very same thing I'm bringing up, or I brought up that those years ago when I wrote the articles. You can look at the articles. You can look up, just search for Apple articles under daytradingwithani.com, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, now let's take a look at what is happening now. This is the monthly review. As you can see, it started on an upswing here, but this was a very strong support area. That's 397. Now I know I'm looking way down below, but let's not lose sight of that picture, because tests do occur for a reason, and this being a pattern, perhaps if Apple starts moving back down, then you know where it can also retest even lower, because the pattern itself is a giant M. Now that is on a monthly scale, so we don't have to worry about that in an immediate future, but we have to look at it on the current future. Now take a look at, take a look at this weekly here, and so you can see what I'm talking about: an M pattern completing and then reversing, and that's what we have come off of. This is on the weekly. We have come off of that. It's retesting that 50% area, basically this what I call the bridge area, and there that's where it meets its biggest challenge, whether it can a pattern like this, whether it can break through higher or not, and if not, then it will come back down. That's generally the way it works. I will not go into the next pattern that it can go to, except I will show it to you on the daily. Here is the M pattern right here. It semi-completes. This is only because the anticipated earnings that I think that it stopped, and it starts moving back up, starting to form a W, and comes back down and starting to work its way out, except of course the earnings trepidation. And right here, this bridge needed to be broken out, and this W continued to not only to test this, not only to break out, but to test the previous high, and then perhaps with momentum carry it even further. That is not what's happening right now. This is what I would call a failed W, which usually could result in another M pattern finishing roughly down here. Now guess what? We had earnings, so we already know that after hours we've tested the 500. Now remember that monthly and that weekly chart I showed you? Where is that 500 and where is the 480? We need to look at where the support areas are now next, and that's what this is about. In order to follow a chart, you need to know what it can do, and then you're going to start looking at the next possible supports and resistant areas to tell you what is in so-called future. That's my crystal ball. That's my only crystal ball. Now, that's it. And for tomorrow, don't really know for sure, but usually these do test the backup somewhat. Now, we've done that after hours already, but it is a big drop. This is from 500 to 62. It's a 62-point drop, actually, and that would mean testing back up here to the 30s, which is already done, came back down off of it, and we have to look further out, which we use usually the daily, to see where the next support areas can be. And we don't really see it here, but we can look further out once again. And we have the 500 that's going to be possibly, most likely, tested in the morning one more time. And there's nothing really that strong until this area down here. So that's my outlook for Apple. So take it, and I there's nothing more I can add at this time, because I can be wrong too, and this whole scenario can change very quickly, dependent on what others are saying or feeling or putting their money to. All right. Trade it well and carefully as always. And remember to visit me on my site, daytradingwithani.com. And you can also see me on StockTwits and Twitter. You can send me a message there on Ani Day Trades. Take care and talk to you again soon. Bye bye.